Hey guys, welcome back. I just want to do a quick video to show all the crap that I'm working on. And this week I'm going to be doing tons of prep work to a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm just going to give you a preview of kind of what to be expecting maybe in upcoming videos. So let's start here. So I've got a bunch of the Death Star droid heads, the RA7 droid, or also called the Bug droid. I owe 2 of these helmets still, so I'm not selling any more of this rough version. They have cleanup that I have to do before I send them out, and it's a giant pain. These 2 are almost done, and then I put a crack in the bottom of this one that I have to either fix or recast a new one and then clean that one up before I send it. I don't know what's easier, so I'm going to examine that this week and get that done. So these are getting cleaned up. I have 3PO arms, obviously, 3D printed ones that I've been working on that you've seen previous videos, maybe, unless you haven't been here before. If not, welcome. I have 3PO arms, 3D printed. You can see this one's still in pieces. Here's the deal. This is going to be the left arm that I had for my race recently, and this one will be getting sanded down, really nice and smooth. Right now it looks fine on camera, but up close I can still see some of the print lines. Not bad, but some, because I didn't have a lot of time to do the proper finishing on it that I wanted to do. Because I wanted to have it done for that Run Disney race. So I'm going to sand it down, finish it properly. It's going to be repainted red, but permanent red, whereas my previous red arms were done with a glue base coat, Elmer's glue, and then the paint was put on top of that so that it would be removable, which I don't need to do because I'm going to have a full set of gold arms. So this right arm will be finished out, sanded, primed, and prepped to be made gold, as well as another left arm. So I'll have a gold right and left, and the red left arm, which will be properly done. All of them the Force Awakens style with the proper cuffs for the new movies. Now one thing to look at is when I printed this one maybe like a month ago, it's pretty clean. There's a little bit of print line, but it's to be expected. This is kind of a medium setting on my printer. And I thought I was going to improve it and speed up the process, and this one came out just gross. So this is going to take a lot more cleanup. So these are getting done. Going to start prepping those today, get all this stuff out of the way. And then got the RoboCop helmet that I took out of the mold a few days ago, which is also going to go through a similar process as these RA7 droids, where I will be priming it, prepping it, fixing all the little divots, dents, and it's really fine. Now, most of it doesn't show up on camera real well. It's a little bit there and here and there. But basically, because this is molded directly off of a clay piece, there are some little tool marks and so forth that were they're hard to see, but you definitely want to get rid of them. So I'm going to clean it up, paint it, and this will be the master. So I'll make a mold off that, and then I'll have a nice clean new RoboCop helmet eventually. None of this is a rush. RoboCop earpieces. I have a whole bunch of 3D printed parts. Now, these are not parts that I modeled, as I mentioned previously. These are just things that came out of my printer, and I will be prepping them. I started this gun here, priming, prepping, sanding, etc. And I'm gonna do a video in the next week or so going over how I prep the different parts and what my techniques are, because the primers I use, basically the video is going to be mostly about the primers and the paints, because what I use, depending on the type of print or resin copy, the primers that I use are different, and my sanding techniques are a little different between the two. So I'm going to go over that, and I'll make a video on that. So that's this stuff. Now all these guns here have to be taken apart. The pieces that can be glued together, I'm going to glue together. And then some of the parts I will leave separate so that I can get better detail. So I can sand them all separately, paint them separately, and reassemble, and it'll look better in the long run. So I'll go over all that stuff. That's coming up. More 3PO parts I've been modeling. Now this is one of the newer hands, but as you can see, I printed it, and about 15 minutes before the print was done, my printer had a clog and the filament got messed up, and I have a stupid gap there. So these need to be basically redone. This Kylo Ren saber is another one of my early prints. It has some weird line issues on it, and I'm kind of on the fence whether I'm going to clean it up or just reprint a new one and see how it goes from there. This is pretty cool, but we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and start priming it this week and get that done, and then I have a whole box full of random 3PO parts, lightsaber pieces, 3D printed stuff. So I'm going crazy with that. I've got a heap of resin parts like this, where there's some of the overflow resin on the back that comes out of the mold. And Michael McMaster got me that awesome sander that I mentioned in a previous video, and I've been going through and just sanding down all these parts and getting them ready. I have to send out a few of those as well, so get those going. Shoulder rings for 3PO. These are rotating rings. There's actually 3 pieces. This one, I don't know where I put the other part. There's a ring that goes inside, an inner and an outer ring that go over each other, and they rotate like the movie suits do, which is awesome. So you don't have that stupid floppy shoulder on 3PO, which I would demonstrate, but my suit is off because I went and did a figure modeling class over at Noman Studios in Hollywood, and 3PO basically stood still for a long time, and people drew the droid, which was pretty fun. So yeah, so new shoulder rings, and these are the screen accurate size as opposed to what's on my suit, which are a little bit too big. And my new suit will be accurate. So these are for the new suit, and I'll go over those. I might actually make a set of these for my existing suit as well, which are ½ inch larger, and go from there. We'll see. But anyway, it's just a quick rambly update about the stuff that I'm working on, and all these little components. I can probably make some individual videos about each of these pieces, so be on the lookout. Thanks for stopping by. I'll have some stuff up here again real soon. Should be fun. All right, bye kids.